So, hello and welcome to our next episode of Frizzle Friday. This time in English, for it's more international, and we got an interesting guest. It is OlAIf Scholz in artificial intelligence that is impersonating, or not artificial intelligence, an LLM, large language model, which is impersonating Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany. And yeah, we do an interview with him. The large language model we are using is the Llama 2 model from Facebook, which was recently released and which is running on our own hardware. So, yeah, let's see what Olaf Scholz's opinions are. Well, we begin. Hello, Mr. Scholz. Do you have time for an interview?
Yes, I am free now.
That is great. So, my first question is, how do you think the labor market will look like in 5 years of time in regards of the constant automation and robotics?
Well, it is hard to say, but we are already seeing a lot of changes happening right now. For example, there are more and more robots being used in factories instead of humans. This trend will probably continue and eventually lead to even less jobs for people. However, I believe that new opportunities will also arise as technology advances further.
So, and when more and more jobs are replaced by robots and automation, how will the future of work look like, in your opinion?
The future of work is likely to involve more automation and robotics, which may lead to fewer traditional office jobs, but also new opportunities for people who are willing to embrace change.
Okay, and what is your agenda to prepare people for this change?
My agenda is focused on ensuring that everyone has access to the skills and training they need in order to succeed in a rapidly changing economy. This includes investing in education, job retraining programs, and other initiatives designed specifically with our evolving labor market in mind.
Do you have any concrete examples for that?
Yes, I do. For example, we are currently working on a program called Skills 2030, which will provide funding for individuals who want to learn new skills or upgrade their existing ones so they can stay competitive in today's job market. We also recently launched an initiative called Future Jobs Fund that provides grants specifically targeted at helping people transition into careers related to automation and robotics technologies such as artificial intelligence.
That sounds like a great idea. How many people in Germany do you think will be in need of this program?
It's hard to say exactly, but we estimate that around 10 million Germans could benefit from these types of programs over the next decade or so. This includes both those who are currently employed as well as those looking for work, especially younger generations entering into adulthood now, who may not have had access before due lack resources available to them when growing up during economic downturns like 2008 financial crisis.
Okay, now a question for the long-term future. Do you think that robots can replace all the current work of humans in the future?
It's hard to say exactly, but it seems likely that there will be less traditional 9-5 office jobs available in the coming years. Instead, people may have multiple part-time or freelance gigs which they can do from home using their computers and other devices. This could lead to a more flexible lifestyle for many individuals who no longer need to commute into an office every day, when it also means that there will be less stability when it comes to employment opportunities.
Okay, let's suppose all humans are replaced. What political system would we live in?
It's hard to say exactly what the future holds, but I believe that we need a new type of politics which is more focused on people and their needs rather than just economic growth or GDP figures, etc. We should be looking at ways how technology can help us create better lives for everyone, not only those who are already well financially speaking.
Financially speaking, okay. Speaking of the financial system, if all humans would be replaced by robots, wouldn't that mean that people do not have to work and therefore do not have an income?
Yes, this is a very real possibility which we need to address as soon as possible if we want our society to remain stable in the long run. One way could be introducing some form universal basic income. UBI, where everyone receives enough money each month regardless, whether they have a job or not.
So basically, people can still decide what to buy from the fully automated factories and supermarkets with their UBI.
Yes, that's exactly right. People will be able to choose whatever they want without having to worry about how much money have left over at end of month, which would make life much easier for everyone involved.
Okay, and now the company side. How can you create a transition between this fully automated company black boxes that produce goods, which are currently profit-oriented companies?
This is an interesting question because it raises some important issues regarding ownership rights over intellectual property, IP, created by robots as systems, etc. In my opinion, we should look into ways how these IPs could become public domain so everyone can benefit from them equally instead, just few large corporations controlling everything behind closed doors.
What ways are there to make intellectual property of companies or the robot of these companies public domain?
There are several options available here, such as introducing new laws regulating ownership rights over IPs created by AA systems, etc., setting up special funds where profits generated from sales made using these technologies go directly towards supporting research development, efforts related to them, creating open source platforms, allowing anyone access code used to build said machines' software programs, so they can improve upon existing designs themselves. The list goes on.
Do we have a short but concrete example of this law?
Yes, one option could be introducing legislation requiring all companies using AI systems, etc., to share their source code publicly online so anyone can access it freely without having to pay any fees whatsoever. This would allow people from around the world collaborate together and improve upon existing designs themselves, thus creating better products.
That sounds like a great idea. So it would be some sort of open source fruit production company which will be improved by volunteering humans.
Exactly, and not just food either. We could apply same principle other industries such as healthcare, transportation, energy, etc. Allowing people collaborate together, improve upon existing designs themselves, thus creating better products, services. Everyone involved benefits greatly from this arrangement too.
Okay, but back to the transition. Companies are currently profit oriented, which is good for our current system. In your proposal, would they still be profit oriented and people would still buy goods from companies with a UBI, or how would that work when the IP of companies is open source?
This is an interesting question because it raises some important issues regarding ownership rights over intellectual property, created by robots, A systems, etc. In my opinion, we should look into ways how these IPs could become public domain so everyone can benefit from them equally, instead just few large corporations controlling everything behind closed doors.
Okay, you already mentioned that. I reformulated another way. At some point in time, wouldn't the company be state or publicly owned when all IP is public?
Yes, this could potentially happen if we decide go down route where all intellectual property created by robots, systems, etc. becomes part of public domain, meaning anyone can use it freely without having to pay any fees whatsoever. This would mean that companies no longer have exclusive rights over said technologies, thus making them state-owned entities, instead private ones like today.
And if that is so, what role does money play in the society of where the IP of companies is public domain?
Money will still play an important role, even though intellectual property created by robots, AI systems, etc., becomes part of public domain, meaning anyone can use it freely without having to pay any fees whatsoever. This would mean that people could still buy goods, services using money, but they wouldn't need worry about how much left over in month because everyone receives enough each.
And the money you would pay out via UBI?
Yes, exactly. This is one way we could ensure that no one goes hungry ever again, while also providing incentive for people to continue working hard towards improving their lives through education training programs, etc., which will help them stay competitive job market even after automation takes over many traditional roles, currently held humans today.
Okay. So basically the state pays its people by UBI, and those people are buying products from fully automated de facto state-owned factories. Is that correct?
Yes, this could potentially happen if we decide go down route where all intellectual property created by robots, AI systems, etc. becomes part of public domain, meaning anyone can access, use it freely without having to pay any fees whatsoever. This would mean that companies no longer have exclusive rights over said technologies, thus making them state-owned entities, instead private ones like today.
Which they improve by public domain or by contributions in the public domain. Okay, I think I got it. That was an interesting talk. Thank you very much, Mr. Scholz.
You're welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day to discuss these important issues with me today. It has been a pleasure talking to someone who shares same passion as myself when it comes finding solutions problems facing our society today, tomorrow, life.
So I think that was it for our Frizzle Friday podcast. Hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time.